good, y'all? It's 3 stacks, and I want to show you the Herald of Perfection / Cyber Angels. I've been working on the deck, and I just want to show you guys my upgrades. I'm definitely gonna keep it in. I'm just gonna keep it how it is. I might just add a 1-day piece just for more draw power, but the main deck is on point. So let me hop right into this for you guys. So 3 Benton, the best card in the main deck. This entire engine is so clutch and consistent. Everything searches for one another. So pretty much the cards you search for, they're able to search or they're able to stop plays. So it's just so broken. If you lose with this deck, it's not because you bricked. It's just because the person that you were up against was just really on point. He was probably BC and knew what he was doing. This deck, you just always get what you need. So that can never be a reason for you to lose. You can never say, I lost because I didn't have what I need. You can say, I lost because I just don't know how to play the deck, or the person I was up against really just beat me fair and square. The last Cyber Angel is Aditin. So you can attribute this, bump your Herald to 2800 attack and 3800 defense. Bump your Saphira to 3500 attack, which is broken. All your rituals just turn into beaters. And also there's a cool little pre-prep combo where you can play Machine Angel Ritual, tribute her to summon her, and then search for Dawn and search for Herald of Perfection. And also you'll have a Machine Angel Ritual in the graveyard to protect any of your light monsters from being destroyed by battle or card effects. So it's pretty clutch. That's it for the Cyber Angel engine. And then we have 3 Herald of Perfection. I need to get 2 matching Ghost Rares. Yes, I understand. He's pretty broken. I was running him at 1, and I was also running Ultimateness. Ultimateness was amazing. It was more of a fun thing, but now since I want to take this deck possibly in the competitive scene in the future, I'm just going to run the 3 Heralds, and it's pretty clutch. Running 3 Heralds just ensures that you don't always have to waste your pre-prep on him. Instead, you can pre-prep for Saphira and go for your first turn board of Perfection and Saphira. And it's pretty clutch. Like, it's just amazing. I'll go further into the explanations, but 3 Herald and 1 Saphira. So this is your sword and this is your shield. The ultimate shield and the ultimate sword. And it's pretty clutch. You're stopping all plays all day. And during your end phase, you're recovering the resources that you lost by stealing resources from your opponent and negating his plays. The one I use the most is the draw 2 and discard 1, just to see more of my deck faster and get right to the cards I need. A lot of times I use the target a light monster in the grave, add it to hand, and a rare occasion, if I already use Evil Swarm or Ouroboros, I do like to use Saphira to discard a second card from my opponent's hand. So he pretty much starts with 4 cards, which is clutch. Because he only has 4 plays, 4 cards, possibly 2 or 3 plays, and you can negate those with Herald and just go for game after that. So it's pretty clutch. Sword and shield, like I was saying, it's amazing. I would bump Saphira, but when I was running her at 2, the problem was I was drawing Kim of Light and Herald of Perfection, or the Dawn of the Herald and Saphira, and that's just too bricky, so I just like 1 Saphira so I can just search it with pre-prep. And then Manju, pretty clutch. Benton searches for him and he searches for her, so it's just amazing. Like, the deck is just so consistent. And then 3 stick, 3-star Seraph Scepter, and 3 Sovereignty, the best engine in the deck by far, hands down. Outs, deck thinning, draw power, search power, consistent engine, and it gets rid of cards on board that you just don't want to see. And 1 Scale. Scale can special star shards from hand. He can recycle light monsters. Any light monster, it's clutch. So this deck has good grind game synergy. It's a deck that you're just not going to be able to beat right away, and it can also get you to the point where you have no more plays and then go for an aggressive push. We can be passive aggressive, and this guy's just incredible. If you have him as an XYZ material over any rank 4 that require 3 or more materials like Deltaros or Ouroboros, anytime either player draw special summons from the hand, I draw a card. So for BAs, for alternative, for the mirror match, any deck, even Cosmos that's special from hand, I draw a card every time they special from hand. And it's pretty clutch because this is a ritual deck, so if I have Deltaros, I'm not only protecting my opponent from being protecting my plays, keeping my opponent from being able to respond to my summons, but I'm able to draw a card every time I summon a ritual monster or go stick chair again. So it's pretty clutch. This engine is just amazing. It's incredible. And then this is a spicy tech. I'm running 2 Galaxy Soldier. I was running it at 3, and I decided to cut the second one. The longer I play with this deck, the more I learn. And I realized that I was drawing into the 3rd Galaxy Soldier too much, and I couldn't do anything with it because I already made Infinity. So I just decided to cut this down to 2. It's perfect because if you see one, you see the other. And you definitely don't want to draw a Galaxy Soldier that you literally can do nothing with, because he is a machine. So you can't ditch them with Herald, and you can't do anything else with them. So I just like the 2, and that way I don't brick later on in the game, because I want this deck to be perfect whether I go first or second, and if I have to grind it out, I should be able to. So that's how I built the deck, and it's impressive. It has not failed me. Like my Satellanites, it's really reliable. And Spicy Tech, Herald of the Orange Light, yeah, I got the DT finally. And he's pretty much Effect Veiler on steroids. He negates the monster and destroys. And it doesn't have to be on field. So if they try to max C you, like say you're going in and your opponent discards max C. Chain, pitch this, negate max C's effect. It's a fairy, it's a light, so it's searchable by Benton. And it also can be recycled by Ritual Sanctuary. So you can make multiple synchro plays with this one tuner. So he's a clutch little MVP guy. And that's it for monsters. Then for spells, the best spell of the deck, the bread and butter, 3 Ritual Sanctuary. This searches the missing cards you need. It searches the extra card that you need. It also helps you to grind it out. A lot of grind games that I have, this card ends up coming through for me. It's so crazy. This card literally has won me so many games. Its recyclability to be able to special summon Light Fairies is incredible. Recycling your Herald of Perfection back from grave can secure the game. It's just so broken. Recycling your 1-of spells, your Soul Charge, if your Raigeki, any spell that you naturally cannot use more than once, this is just incredible. So that's another reason why I love this deck. I also love that it's under the radar. There's no hype with it anymore. It died out. I understand there are a lot of better decks that people want to play, but I'm really feeling this deck. 3 Terraforming, I'm going to get super rares because I care about rarity. But for now, the commons, I'm really working on just hollowing this deck out and making it pretty. But pretty much 6 Ritual Sanctuary. And if you already have Ritual Sanctuary, you can either play this, search another one, load up spells and grave, or just pitch it and search. So it's never bricky. And then 3 Pre-Prep, the best +1 in the game. It's a lot better than Pot of Desires because you don't lose anything. You just gain off of this. It's just clutch. That's why you can only activate 1 per turn. It's just too broken. I love it a lot, and it's recyclable. Then we have 3 Dawn. This ritual spell is pretty broken. You just plus off of it. You practically make Herald of Perfection for 1 card. So it's pretty clutch. And then 1-ofs, 1 Prep, 1 Upstart, 1 Metaphors Fusion. This is a spicy tech for your Ritual Sanctuary. A lot of spells, can you fix the camera please? A lot of spells that you discard, you never can really plus off of it. So you end up breaking even because you pretty much go 1 for 1. You discard 1 to search 1, but with Metaphors Fusion, you plus 1. So if you pitch this Searcher Benton for your Herald play, you can recycle this, draw that extra card. If it happened to be Chair, you can go Herald of Perfection, stick Chair, and just go ham. It's gonna be crazy. So I like this a lot, and it keeps coming back. So you always have a clutch spell for your discard outlet and fodder, and it's just amazing. It's kind of like Upstart, but better. And then Instant Fusion, I want a super or ultra rare of this, but even the commons are expensive these days. But I like it as a 1-off. And Soul Charge, most of the times I Soul Charge for 1 or 2, and then I just recycle it back into the main deck with Ritual Sanctuary. So it's something you want to be conservative with because you can always have access to it. I understand a lot of people just go ham when they see this because they can never play it again. But with this deck, you kind of just want to Soul Charge for 1 and then keep getting it back. So it can be a beautiful top deck for you when you need it. So that's the reason why I'm conservative with it, so I can always be able to play it. So for example, you Soul Charge for 1, you get your Scepter, you Special Sovereignty, go ham, then you recycle this back into the deck. And right at the time that you really need it, you're going to top deck Soul Charge and win the game. So it's pretty clutch. I like it a lot. And then 1 Hymn of Light and 1 Machine Angel Ritual. Both of these have graveyard effects that can banish themselves instead of my rituals being destroyed. Machine Angel Ritual works for any light monster, so even my Deltaros is pretty clutch. And my Cyber Dragon Infinity, I can protect Infinity with this. It's broken. I like it a lot. I'm going to keep it at 1. 1 is better so you don't brick. Even though you can ditch it with Ritual Sanctuary, you will really just want to either search this or pitch it. And then for traps, so it could have been Warning and Strike, and I did try it out, but I like the Reckless Greeds back up a little bit. The Reckless Greeds a lot better. Just being able to draw more cards that you need, it's clutch. I like it at 2. Please back this up a little bit because when you run it at 3, you draw into 2 when you're going first, and you don't want to go first and draw 2 Reckless Greeds because it's 2 cards that you can't use right away, and you want to go for your setup board of your Herald and Saphira, your Sword and Shield. So this is something you want to draw into a little later, or just draw 1 of it during your first turn, and it just helps you to overextend and dig for more fairies and just go ham. I like this a lot. It's really clutch. I tried it at 3, but it's just better at 2. I'm not knocking it at 3. I just really don't like to draw cards that I can't use right away when I'm going first. If I'm going second, I really don't mind it. And then the vanities, because if you can get Crystal Wing, Cyber Dragon Infinity, and Herald of Perfection, and perhaps a Constellar Diamond, Vanity's Emptiness seals the deal, and it's a good game. And if they try to kill you, you can banish Machine Angel Ritual instead, and you've got the game. So that's the main deck. Those 3 traps make it a 43 card deck. I could take them out and make it a 40 card, but those traps really do save my life a lot. Extra deck, Crystal Wing, and Stardust Charge Warrior. This guy is so broken. He comes through for me too many times. Like, he's came through for me too many times. He's just so good. That one extra draw really helps before you go into Crystal Wing. So you pretty much normal Herald of Orange Light, sync for him, draw a card, recycle him with Ritual Sanctuary, and then make a Crystal Wing. And Crystal Wing helps with your first turn boards, just more broken boards. Crazy, more negation. One entity, Norden, he's pretty clutch. I understand why he's at 1. He just helps for that overextending play. Bring the camera up a little bit for me, please. Thank you. And M7, then we've got the Infinity package. It's pretty broken. Infinity also is an out. Any monster in attack position is mine. It's pretty broken. M7 helps you for recursion plays, and he could just bounce a monster on the field if it's in your way. And then Diamond, broken. Deltaros, and Evil Trish. These are pretty much your stick chair plays. Evil Trish, if you're going first. So you go first, you pitch a card from your opponent's hand with Ouroboros, and then during your end phase, you pitch another card from your opponent's hand with Saphira. Then he starts with 4 cards. And even though he has 4 cards, you have negations on board, so he ends up negging and ends up running out of resources, and then you just kill him. It's pretty clutch. So this deck is a deck that you just do not want to go against if your opponent's going first. I mean, if you're the one going first and you're running Heralds, you've got the game. And then next package is Utopia package. Beyond is just so clutch in this deck. Not just making all monsters attack 0, but because the Utopia package is here, he can recycle your Utopia the Lightning and your regular Utopia. So he's broken. And actually making these 2 guys, which is so easy for this deck to do. It's so easy. It's not hard at all. Make these 2 guys, you have an OTK on board. You pretty much just want to overlay an extra Herald and a Saphira to make him, and then make your Lightning. And make sure you have a Herald on board to negate a Mirror Force if they happen to have it. Oh no, I'm sorry, not a Mirror Force, to negate anything that would stop their summons. Pretty clutch, because Mirror Force wouldn't work on this, and then you would just pretty much go for 8,000 exact. Make all monsters attack 0, swing for 5k, swing for 3k, good game. And that's how it works. It's pretty awesome, so the Utopia package is just broken. And then Fairy Cheer Girl. Oh yeah, DT, baby. Emerald, a lot of time I just make him, I make these just to draw and overextend. Like, they're not necessary, but I love to draw the extra card, because this deck, you can draw that one extra fairy you needed to negate the last play your opponent has and just go for game. And Emerald is for the grind game as well, and also Dweller. And then for side decking, we have 3 Decree. So I'm realizing that traps are coming back. Anti-Spell Fragrance can hurt this deck. Mirror Forces can hurt this deck. Strikes, warnings, all that stuff that Herald of Perfection can't keep up because of the spell speed hurt this deck a lot. So you just side these in when you know your opponent has the traps that hurt you. And you just dig and search and draw so much that you open with this a lot. Like, you'll get the cards. Any cards that you side in with Heralds, you see them so often. You just never be like, oh, I lost that game because I didn't draw the cards that I sided in. That's not true. Not with this deck. So Triple Royal Decree, it's pretty clutch. It also helps in the Metaphors matchup because their back row is just becomes irrelevant. They just wasted searches. And also for Magic Specters, their back row just becomes irrelevant. And then 3 Imperial Iron Wall. This should be self-explanatory. Dark Magicians are getting pretty popular. They banish a lot of your cards. ABC's banish. PK Fire banish. Cosmo banish. I can go on and on about a lot of decks that banish Shiranize. It's just too many decks that this hurts. That's why I ran it at 3. Cards for when you're going second. You want to side in Max C if you know you're going second. Say game 1, you got it. Your opponent either scoops or loses. Game 2, you side these in. You side the Kaijus. This is better than Gamacell in my opinion because he's a level 7 and he's an Earth. So, you know, no Water Barrier statue and no overlaying to make rank 8s. That's why I like him better than Gamacell. So you'll side these in when you're going second. You'll also side in V-Rash. Now, he's so clutch going second. That's why I don't main him. He's only really good going second. So you don't ever want to draw him in your opening hand. But you summon him, destroy all monsters on the field that were summoned from the extra deck, which more than likely will be every monster in the field. And just your opponent's monsters, of course. Burn for 1,000 for each monster that was destroyed. 1,000 each. That's pretty clutch. Realistically, this guy can OTK by himself. So you burn for 1,000 for each, and then he can attack twice. he or she, and this person also protects all of your rituals from being destroyed. So it's just such a broken one of when you're going second, you just break the board that they just made. So amazing. You just make Herald of Perfection, then make this, and if they try to stop it, herald them and then kill everything and then just swing twice in this game more than likely. And then 2 Twin Twisters. I'm debating about this because I've never had a problem with back row. I normally set it into the crease, and I don't like that I have to discard for it, but it does help with pendulum scales. And also, you know, like if you know, like when you're playing against Blue Eyes and they set, it's either gonna be a bait or Vanity's Emptiness. So you want to Twin Twister that right away. And then Raigeki for game. I've seen this card so many times, it's just crazy. There's actually a game where this saved my life when I shuffled it back into my main deck with Ritual Sanctuary and drew into it again. So it's just broken. And then warning. Could have been a strike. I just like the warning because pretty much if you go first, if you're going first, like say game 1, your opponent beats you. You're going first now. You sight this in, you make your Herald of Perfection, and you set this, and you're good to go. So yeah, that's it for now, you guys. I've been putting a lot of work into this deck, a lot of effort to make it the best that I can make it. I really hope you guys enjoyed this. Sorry it was a little longer, but I wanted to go in depth in every explanation, reasons why I run cards, and just a little advice. I could do combos, but it's just the video is already as long as it is. But God bless you guys. Be safe. I appreciate you for tuning in. Stay tuned for more content. Have a blessed day, and you guys stay up and have a good night.